Good evening, everybody, on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Sunday night. It's so beautiful. I felt like
It is
wearing
beautiful.
shorts tonight.
The skies are beautiful where I am, and I love knowing they're also beautiful where you are.
And no, it was the synchronicity was there, especially with Paul Hardcastle and Echoes Rising playing in the background. I mean, what's not to love?
And then we're under the same moon. You know that, right?
Exactly.
Me and you, we're under the same moon right now.
There we are. There we are.
I know
It's our sign tonight, isn't it? It's our sign this month.
Is it? Aries? We're kicking us all month, right?
Yeah, it's our sign until April 20th.
Well, I'm taking over after that. I'm taking over more. I'm taking the rest of the year.
Right. Well, I mean, I am Taurus.
Aries is the best sign. So, like, every sign needs a little Aries.
It does. You know, even the ones I know of that are Virgos. They talk about how great Virgos are. What did they end up doing?
What are they great about? What's great about them?
I don't know. It's like I talked to one of my good friends. I was like, for all this talk about Virgos, why did you settle for an Aries? So what's the big deal? I have fire signs about. I just love giving her a hard time about it just to be funny.
Here's why a Virgo isn't good as an Aries. 1, they're not an Aries. Right. 2, they're not an Aries.
Right. But that's the same story. See, I don't want to pick on Virgos because we can say that about all the signs. Like Taurus are pretty much a wannabe Aries.
You know why Taurus is not as good as an Aries?
Because they're born too late.
Because they're not an Aries.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why. Everybody that's not an Aries, you just need to step up your shit and change your birthday. Yeah. You can do this. Like, identify as an Aries.
Right. I tell my friends who are born like at the end of April, you have Aries in you. Don't hide it. You have Aries in you. If you're with an Aries, if you're sleeping with an Aries, take advantage of that. Have that with you. What are you doing? See, like this guy, Robert Walker, he's Aries cusp. It's like, dude, you got that Aries in you. You just, you need to just.
So what is he repping though? What does he rep?
He's a Taurus by like 2 days.
Taurus? Why doesn't he rep Aries?
Taurus, I tell him he's Aries. You know what's the crazy part? He was supposed to be born. He was actually born a month late. So he was actually a Taurus on accident, but he's got that Aries in him. You only have any powers because you're Aries cusp, Robert. Like, just come on, stop.
Did you even see the new Morning Yank Quickie?
I saw some of it, but
some of it. It's only 31 minutes long. How come you didn't see all of it?
I mean, when I do my Morning Yank broadcast, I want to see all of it. That's what I'm saying.
It has bloopers in it again.
I know.
They're perfect. You will love it, and it's mixed in with our show. It's so good. But you should share it out to everybody you know.
I will.
Because it's brand new.
All right.
The quickies are cut up episodes where it's the short version. It's only like a half hour, and then it's like 2 different episodes of the Morning Yank chopped up.
And
bloopers.
Absolutely. No, I'm gonna check it out after the Herbalation show tonight. I will check it out.
Herbalation's on tonight?
Yeah, Herbalation on 8. That's why
I love Herbalations.
I know exactly. I'm just hyping it up.
That's got that Jackie girl on it.
Yes, it does. She's hosting it.
I know her from my show, Morning Yank.
I know, Morning Yank.
Your show too.
Fresh Yank. We're gonna have a Fresh Yank tomorrow morning. So
very brand new, fresh right out the kitchen. Coming in hot, 10 a.m. Eastern.
You know what we need to do? We need to have Shawn Sundays, where it's just like a whole day. Where I want to be a fucking today. I was too productive. I had to get a haircut. I go to the gym. I had to go shopping, be a normal person. Like next Sunday, I just want to do absolutely nothing but just play Shawn Yankey related stuff. But like Morning Yank 2.0, all the episodes. And then our Shawn Yankees partiality from 2020 onward. We should do just a nice lazy Sunday of that. From 7 in the morning to 7 p.m.
You should do that. That would be awesome.
Right.
We could even pop in live and talk about different things from time to time.
Yeah, absolutely. That, and it'd be long enough to where I don't know if I gotta see how long StreamYard allows me to do those types of shows. But it should be long enough to where one, we get all the shows in, and two, we get to have our own post game or whatever. So
Yeah.
all right. Our guy Fraser Ford says the CERN is turning on during the eclipse, and NASA is sending 3 different rockets in different times to test the dome. Of course they are.
CERN, I knew that. CERN is turning on April 8th, and they're looking for what? Dark matter? What was it, Fraser? They're fucking with shit. What do you think's going to change this time? Usually when CERN fires up, Britney Spears' skirt changes color.
Man, you're still looking down there after all that trauma. God bless you,
Dude,
Sean.
I had a crush on Britney Spears when I was, single.
Oh,
Last time I was single, it was like 30 something years
oh
ago.
yeah, I forgot. Oh, yeah, that is true. That is true.
She had a video where for a song that she had, it was a very popular song of hers called "Baby Hit Me, Baby One More Time."
Yeah, I remember that song. Yeah, but I don't understand is how her sister, who knew the wealth,
Harsh.
who knew about the wealth, who knew about the money, became like a teenage, teenage mom stereotype. I'm like, what
Her
is wrong
dad,
with?
her dad pushed them both into the show business. Britney was a Disney kid.
Yeah.
Anyways,
No, we
so
know that Brittany was Disney kid, but I don't know why Jamie Lynn became
Harsh.
pregnant in high school. It's like she had so much ahead of
What
her.
was I gonna say, Harsh?
I don't know. But
Damn it. I
some
was
of
working
Britney
on saying
Spears.
something and you cut me off with Jamie Lynn Spears and it made no sense now. Britney Spears' skirt changed colors.
Right.
In the Baby Hit Me One More Time video, it used to be a plaid schoolgirl skirt, which is the only thing
Right.
that makes sense. Now
Right.
it's just a black skirt, which is
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think CERN firing up causes Mandela effects.
Right. That's what I'm thinking too. Because why would they
That's what
change
I
the
was
color of the
trying to
skirt?
say.
But I think there's so many. But I think there's so many. What did you call it? I think there's so many Mandela effects that are happening that we don't even recognize.
Now, what were you saying about Jamie Lynn Spears?
I don't understand why she got pregnant so early.
Because
I
she likes having sex.
Okay, I know that, but like, I don't understand how you're that young. You're surrounded by all that wealth. You're like, hey, I'm gonna be a mommy before I turn 18.
You'd understand it. She got thrown into an industry where children are treated like adults and they have all
Yeah,
these pedophiles
that
around
is
them
true.
that are working in that business. That's what happened.
That is true.
And
In that case,
her dad
I think
pushed him into that. Brittany was probably subject to a lot of that shit too.
she
I
was.
think
She got
she's
the
an
stamp and
MKO for
everything.
sex kitten.
No, she's got Britney Spears has a stamp and everything from that end, from that sex cult stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah, and I know Jamie Lynn probably that's probably why she got pregnant in high school
I
because
guarantee it.
she was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I'd rather just have the bun in the
Their
oven and just leave.
father and mother probably sold them out to satanic pedophiles at a very young age.
We know their dad did. Their
Huh?
dad did too. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he had conservatorship or whatever it's called over Brittany until just recently.
Yeah.
He pulling in money on her this whole time, and probably Jamie Lynn too. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
what happened with her. And people don't. They're just now hearing about the Nickelodeon shit, but it's everywhere.
Disney's been doing that for Disney's been having that for years, if not decades.
Oh no,
But
it's Disney too. It's all these companies though. It's
right,
Hollywood in general.
it is.
It's everyone. I saw a meme once and it had the Hollywood side and says it's all of them. Like I was talking to Ty about who is they. It's so many different groups,
It is.
but they're in every industry, in every art form, in everything, and we're totally corrupted by them. But in the Hollywood industry, in the entertainment industry, it's disgusting.
Right. No,
They've
it
got that
is.
locked
It's
down.
gross. It really is gross. Speaking of things that are gross, speaking of situations that are gross, they say Disney had hooks into her young. True. Disney had he had control of her and her money for a long time until a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And Hollywood is yeah, that is because when you break down what Hollywood actually means, it's demonic. It is. It's very
From
demonic.
its inception. It's what it's always been about. Just like television itself has always been a weapon.
It is.
It was never given to you as, oh, look at this fun thing to put out
No,
shows on.
never
It was
was.
always for programming.
The advertisements made it look fun, but in reality, like my
It
grandfather
is
used to
fun.
call it
Like
way
it can
back
be
when, it
fun.
was the idiot box. He always used to call it the idiot box, way before it was cool to call it the idiot box.
Idiots love TV.
Yeah, they do.
They have a lot of fun. They watch their shows and laugh and giggle and shit, and then they
Yeah.
download bullshit and they go up and repeat that bullshit, and they have a great time.
Magic wand, television, and you know, just for the audience, I'm gonna type broadcasting.
Mm.
There you go, because you're broadcasting a spell.
Yeah,
That's what I call broadcast. But you know,
and
that's
they literally have subliminal messages and shit. Like they
they
used to
do.
do it more obviously. They would do it in the commercials, and then also in the openings and closings of the day. It would
Yeah,
have subliminal messaging in the little videos that would play. And they
absolutely.
were very blatant about it, but they
They were
still do it. They do it. There's a TV show with the Teletubbies. They had the son on there, the little baby son.
right.
And my friend's daughter would get up and kiss the TV. You're telling me she's not? She's got to be being programmed to do that shit.
Oh god, that's terrible. No,
She would get up and go kiss the baby,
right.
and I'm like, this is weird.
It is weird, but you know what else is weird? When you think about all these like quote unquote wholesome children family movies, and then you think about like the subliminal messaging in those, it's like why do children need to learn about all this sexual conduct and all this other adult content? Like why do
They
children need
don't.
to know about that?
They
That's
don't.
gross.
Only reason why would be if you want to condition them to accept
Right.
pedophilia.
I mean the
Because right
whole
now we're so close to the point where it's going to be minor attracted person
yeah,
instead of
yeah,
pedophile. I'm serious. Like
it
if we're
is.
not
I know.
careful,
I've been seeing that a lot in the media. I'm like, what
yeah,
is
I
wrong with
know, I know.
you not only do you have minor attracted person, now they're trying to normalize incest with their own children. You have Elizabeth Hurley talking about how she wants to strip naked, how she felt comfortable stripping naked in front of her son. Like what?
Really?
Yeah, it's
Why
nuts.
was she doing that?
And then you had some other singers like, yeah, I had no some other actors like, yeah, I had no issues doing kissing scenes with my daughter. It's like, what the hell is wrong with
Why are
these
they,
people?
why are they doing that?
That it's all programming. They're trying to condition people for
No,
the
I know.
NAP and the incest. Like it's just, the whole thing is just gross. And then like there was some random TikTok video where like a son slaps her mom or like a teenage son slaps her mom in the ass, and her mom starts twerking. And,
What?
yeah, because like it was her son's birthday. And I'm just like,
It was his birthday. Oh, okay. You didn't say that. You should have led with that. That's normal. My mom's worked every birthday.
you slapped her ass and then she twerked.
No, never, ever,
That's
ever.
the
I would
part.
have
Like she
gotten my
slaps
ass
her
beat.
ass and then she starts twerking. I'm like,
She would have beat my ass, and then dad would have beat my ass 2 times, and then she would
why?
have beat my ass again. But like my mom didn't dress like a twerking tween anyway.
Right.
She didn't have on leggings and, half
Right.
tops and shit or
No, that's
whatever. I
true.
don't know what women's clothes is called, but I
Right.
know it's unfucking believable that leggings are a thing.
Yeah, the leggings, jeggings, or whatever.
Dude.
Anyway, the point being is Joan, she said it best. She's like, when I was a child, we never even heard the word sex. When I go back to those days, of course. And the crazy part is, well, first of all, I'm going to say happy Easter to Joan and your
Yeah,
family.
happy Ishtar, Joan.
Yeah. But the whole point is just weird. It's just freaking. All right, like you know the thing I notice about some of these TV shows, these detective shows, they're
Columbo.
basically
Yeah.
they actually are telling you they're telling you the blueprints on how regular people can get away with crime and how the elites are getting away with crime, and you don't even know it. Like I saw an episode. Like I hate saying this because I actually liked the show Castle way back when, but there was this one episode where this lady and this nurse or this doctor, I don't remember, were basically showing people how to medically fake their death, where they're declared dead long enough to where they leave the hospital bed, go to the morgue, and then they wake up from the slab and then sneak out of the damn hospital like nothing happened.
Like fucking Tupac.
Tupac needed more effort though, but yeah, like Tupac.
Tupac, you think Tupac's alive?
Oh, he's alive. I've been told he's alive, and I believe it.
You know why I think he's alive? You know
Why
why?
do you think he's alive? Because
Because he was in a little bitty car with Suge Knight, and that car got shot like 37 times, and Suge Knight is fat as hell, and Suge Knight didn't get hit at all.
that is true. But
So I don't believe that anybody was in that car when it got shot up because it
no,
was a little bitty sports car. You see the pictures of them sitting in that car? Like Suge is like
yeah,
3/4 of the interior of that car.
right.
There's no way to shoot little bitty skinny Tupac without hitting Suge.
That's true. But you know what? Why I think he's not dead?
Why?
Because why would someone say if someone kills me, I'd rather have it be a mystery?
Yeah,
What is
and the
that telling you?
Machiavelli thing and the whole, we're supposed to believe he recorded 107 something whatever songs, and
Right.
that's how they were able to put out albums to this day.
Yeah.
So I
He
think he's
released
alive.
more stuff dead than he did alive. I mean, it's crazy. But my thing is, why would someone say that about a potential death unless they're trying to hide something or hide a cover up?
I don't
Like,
know,
why
man.
would someone like if someone tried like let's just say if someone tried to kill you, wouldn't you want to find out who was trying to do that to you?
Yeah,
Like, why would Tupac say? Why would Tupac say something like, "Man, if I die, let it be a mystery"? Why would he
because
say that unless he was planning to fake his death?
well,
You don't
because
say stuff like that unless you want to fake your death.
Tupac is a character.
Yes.
No, seriously. I don't know. I forget his real name, but Tupac Amaru Shakur. But anyways, the number two Pac is a character that he
Yeah.
invented. He's an
Yeah.
actor.
Yeah, they
Tupac's
all are.
really not a gangster.
No.
He went to drama school and dance school. His mom put him through all. He's an artist. His mom
Yeah.
put him through all this other stuff. He's a poet. He really is a good writer.
No, he was a great
And
writer.
I really thought he was a decent actor. He
No,
was in like maybe 5, 6 movies. I thought he was good.
yeah, but you know who
But
else
he
is a
was
fake
playing a
gang?
character.
Yeah, but you
So
know who
the
else?
character Tupac lives
Right.
on.
But you know who else is playing a character that everyone thinks is a gangster?
Larry the Cable Guy.
Ice Cube.
Yeah, Ice Cube
He
is an
himself
actor
is
too.
like all these guys. I mean, most of these rappers are actors. The reason I got tired of rap is because I'm like, if all these people are fake, then what the hell are they even talking about?
I like Too Short. He's real. Life
Fraser,
is too short.
yeah, Fraser Ford says most are actors and faking characters like Ali G. Yeah, they are. They really are.
Dude, Sasha Baron Cohen's hilarious though. Ali G is
Yeah.
hilarious.
And one of my closest friends still dresses like him sometimes on accident, and without even noticing. But
That show is so funny though.
it was. It really was.
He
But
is
Fraser,
hilarious.
he is.
I'm not saying he's a good guy. I'm saying he's funny because
Yeah,
I'm on Gab. I use
right.
Gab. A lot of people don't really want to use alternate social media, but I try to. I use it. I go on every day and make sure I post meme or something.
Right.
Or look at it and check it or whatever. I'm trying to get people to use it. Anyways, it's a zero censorship social media site, but people hate Jews over there real bad.
Right.
No, they do. They'll come on. I put a meme up with Sasha Baron Cohen, and it had nothing to do with nothing. And everybody's like, "That guy's a Jew," and I'm like, "I don't give a shit. It's funny."
Right.
People get mad about Jews though, because Jews fucking up, man. Israel's
Yeah.
fucking up real bad right now. They
Right.
give Jews a bad name. I just had that Bon Jovi song jump in my head.
Right.
That's what it is. They give Jews a bad name.
Right.
I know I
But
don't like sending them $11 million a day.
no, what Israel's doing. But here's the thing about Israel: most of them aren't even like from the motherland. Like most of the people there aren't even from the motherland.
Tony
Let me.
says that we would not get up in Pac's face or Cube's face
I
and
would
say
say it
that.
in Cube's face. Cube's like
I would
70 years
say it to
old.
either one of them, dude. And I'm not even trying to be bold or nothing right now. I'm saying they're actors. And like
Right.
I think they're both intelligent men and they would appreciate that I understand the act. Like I wouldn't even be saying it with disrespect. It's
No.
true.
No, it
They
is
pulled off
true.
very convincing, very good characters and
They
lucrative
did.
careers out of it. I'm not disrespecting them.
No.
I
No. I
respect
mean,
both
it's
of them. I'm
just
a fan of
they're
Tupac's acting, music, and everything, and
right.
so Ice Cube too.
Right. I
But
mean,
I
good
would
for
say
them.
it to both of their faces because neither one of them is a tough guy.
Right. I would too, because one, they're like 70 years old.
That's
Two,
the other reason.
two more importantly, I mean, I wouldn't be like, yeah, you guys are, because I know that most people in that industry are fake as, like the mainstream
But
ones are.
even younger when they were younger in their prime, I would still say it to them because I think they would respect that.
Right. I think so too. I really do.
You know?
And I think Holy has a good one when he says music came from stories from the real guy. Of course, you know.
Yeah, well, like NWA with Eazy-E was the only one that was a gangster.
Yeah, they
Everyone
were.
else was was actors and
They
fucking
were.
from music and art schools. Like Dr. Dre, he's not a gangster.
Right. But to go back to exactly. I mean, none of them were gangsters except for Easy E. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, he was the only one that was real.
and Eminem. Everyone talks about how great of a rapper Eminem is, and Eminem was just a kid who got bullied in high school, who just knew how to. Who was
Eminem
just
is
a great
amazing.
lyric.
Isn't it weird? Isn't it
It
weird
is.
how a white guy became the best at a black genre?
Yeah. Not
That's
only a
fucking
white guy,
trips me out.
a white guy that was just that it was just
From the trailer
traumatized and
park.
got bullied in high school became that.
Yeah,
Not
from
like
the fucking trailer park. You ain't supposed to be able to do that.
right. Like he basically took over a genre of like tough guys and gangsters and all that from the persona, and then he just started and he basically turned the genre into about like white suburbanite middle class problems,
Do
which
you
good for him.
think? But see, look, there was
But
a
I mean
way that
he's
there was
he's
a
in the
way.
circle too, so I don't.
We're really bad at talking over each other. There was a way when Eminem got into music, the way that he did it. Do you think he could have been today's Eminem, which is more tough and more assertive, or back then, or if he had to be Slim Shady to break into the rap game and be the wacky Slim Shady guy for 2 or 3 albums, and then he's able to be, blowing away Jay-Z and shit on his own
Yeah, but
song.
the thing is, even in those like wacky albums, he was still like rough and vicious in some of his songs. But I
But he
also
was
think
more
when you're
comical.
yeah, it was a lot more comical. But the thing is, at the end of the day, he's part of the occult, so it's like,
No, I
yeah,
know that. But I'm
yeah.
saying, if you do you think he would have been accepted in the rap game if he would
I
have
think he would
started
have.
out crushing them instead of starting out clowning?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I
Why
think he would
didn't
have
they
been
do it
smart enough
that
to
way? Because
adjust to it.
think about how different the earlier Slim Shady shit is from the later
I
Eminem stuff.
know, but I think he would have been able to adjust though, because I mean,
Yeah.
think about it. This guy's been releasing albums for what, 25 years.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's very talented.
I I mean, if he's able to do that at 52, I think if he was in his 20s, mid to late 20s now with the debut album, I think he would have found a way.
It's some Elvis shit though. He's conquered their genre,
Yeah.
but with
He,
respect, and they respect him, and it's like they've included him. And I don't know why I'm saying they. I guess because I'm a racist piece of shit. But no, it's a black genre.
one, yeah, but one, it's a genre, but two, more importantly, people like that don't get to where they were unless they do a deal with the
But for
devil.
a white guy to crush it like that, and to legitimately be the best at it,
Uh,
blows me away. From the
yeah,
trailer park, he's a trailer park kid.
but you know what's the crazy part about it? This is where Elvis actually got his inspiration for most of his like older music, like not
Remember
his
that?
like pro 68 stuff, but like his pre 19 stuff, pre like like
Who is
Roy
that?
Hamilton was actually close friends with Elvis toward the end.
Oh no shit.
But that was like the majority of his influence when it came to music. Like
Yeah, Elvis had that shaky leg.
he did.
Yeah.
But I wonder. Do you think Elvis faked his death, or do you think he
Yes.
actually died?
Yes, I do think he did. I think he's dead now,
Right.
but I think he did fake his death, and he lived a secret life.
All right.
And the reason why I think that, I did a video on it, whether or not he was John Cotner. I don't particularly think he is John Cotner, but I think he was alive. Maybe he was John Cotner. I don't know.
Now the
But
question is,
he was mentioned in interviews, like Lisa and Priscilla. They would mention a John and mention him as dad, and
yeah,
it's just like that's weird. They talked about him like he was still alive.
right, no, I know. But yeah, Robert Walker, I agree with this to a point. IMO, he didn't really crush anything. I never liked his music. Elvis had some decent songs early, but it's just after a while he just watered.
Dude,
Like after,
Elvis's marketing was so genius because Colonel whatever, he
yeah,
even would sell merchandise to the people that hated Elvis.
Yeah.
He would sell "I Hate Elvis" pins and shit too.
No, that he was a genius. But
Did
the
you ever
thing with
know? Did you ever hear that?
yeah, no, that's pretty cool that he did that. But my thing with Elvis is like he had like a very short peak, but at that peak, it's like when everyone really liked it, and then after like the Beatles came and they started acting, and then they said the '68 comeback. It's like okay, there's just something off.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense because Robert's kind of right. He's not super. I mean, he's good. I'm not going to say he's not a good singer and anything, but he's not. How come
No,
he's so huge? You know what I
right.
mean?
The
It don't make a
mystique
lot of sense.
it was huge. I mean, even 15 years after his death, people are still like trying to have like 15, like 25 years after his people still trying to impersonate him in Vegas. They had him
Oh
on
yeah,
US stamps and all that stuff. It was weird.
he's one of the most famous people in the world. He's recognized. That name is recognized all over the
It
world.
is. And Jones says, I think Elvis faked his death. I do too, because remember toward the end, he was getting tired of the colonel not letting him travel internationally, and he was having health issues. And I think the way to
He
fix,
was also involved with the CIA.
yeah, he was a snitch for Nixon. And Tyler asked, wasn't Elvis a pedo? Well, if you go by the Lisa Marie
Yeah,
stuff, yeah.
yeah. Priscilla was what, like 14, 12,
Priscilla was
no,
14
12
when
or 13 or
he was
something like that.
24.
When because he knew her before he married her, right? He married her
Yeah.
at like 14, wasn't it? I don't fucking know, but
No,
yes.
they met when she was 14 and he was 24. They didn't get
Okay.
married until she was in her like mid
So he
like
met her at
early 20s,
14.
and yeah.
Yeah.
And he was in his early 30s. I mean, either way, the whole thing was kind of messed up, but
But he is a pedo for sure.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Elvis was like 33 when he married her and she was like 23. The whole thing is still gross though.
But that was very encouraged. You know what I mean? It was encouraged back then. That wasn't
Yeah.
even weird back then.
No.
For like 14-year-old girls to get married, it wasn't even fucking weird back then. It's fucking to date
Well,
adults.
right. He didn't get married to. She didn't marry him at 14, but it was pretty much like
I know, but
consensual grooming. Like
I'm saying,
his
like,
whole.
yeah,
Right.
it wasn't just celebrities doing it back then.
No, I mean it's basically just like family grooming. That's what it was. Like you had an entire you had like two multi-family grooming. You have basically two families grooming a girl to get married to some dude that's 10 years older than her
I
before
think
she
they
turns
used to
18.
push that a lot more back then, and because
Yeah.
I think my grandma got married at like 15,
Right.
something like that, and my grandpa was older.
Right.
It was just normal.
Right. I mean, it's just weird how like one girl could be groomed by two families to get married to one guy for like a few years before she turns 18 or 20. It's just weird. It's very weird. But
It's super weird because it kind of makes you feel like they were thinking more like they're animals.
yeah,
Like they're just animals for breeding and
yeah,
recreating.
that's true.
And that's their
Like
purpose.
like Hoey says, like Puffy being the guardian for all these young rappers. Well, yeah. Ugh.
Man, you got to watch your butthole around Puffy.
I don't know. I think Max, if he's still on here, I think Max was telling us like talking about a story on Tuesday how Ja Rule like was at a party at a Puffy's or P Diddy's or Pedophilies at this point. Anyway, was at a party at his place. He gets into a fight with a security guard. The security guard's like, "You are not going to go back there with P Diddy. That's not happening, Ja." They get into a fisticuffs. Next thing you know, he's able to go into the back room with P Diddy, and they come out of the room butt naked, sharing a towel. I mean, the whole thing is just gross. Like, why were you sharing a towel with another
So
dude?
Ja Rule, hold on. Ja beat up his security guard so he could get back there with Diddy, and then they came out naked in a towel?
Yeah, sharing a towel.
Sharing a towel? Like a fucking Snuggie towel? Or just like a big giant towel?
Something like one of those two. But all I
Son of
know
a bitch.
the whole thing was just gross.
That's crazy. Puff Daddy threw some crazy parties, and he's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
That's good. I like it when people that are fucking perverts get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I just hope that a lot of other people go down with him because it
Right.
ain't just Puffy.
Right.
He's the
Because
tip of the iceberg.
A lot of them. Yeah. Robert, who was it that discovered Bieber? All I know is that there was a video.
Usher.
Yeah.
It's Usher.
Yeah, Usher. But
Yeah,
Usher,
Usher.
had a thing. Well, Usher was, another victim of Diddy as well. He was
Usher,
another victim.
Usher got Diddy by Diddy.
Yeah, Usher got Diddy by Diddy, and Justin beat. And there was an internet video about how for 48, like how P Diddy was saying, for 48 hours when Justin Bieber's 15 years old,
Oh,
I'm in his Justin Bieber's in my custody, and we're gonna have so much fun. And it
oh
was the
no,
creepiest video, and I'm just like, ugh.
dude, he got in that too.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Bieber was another victim of this too. Fraser Ford says tested his first. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, supposedly 50 Cent's trying to put him on blast for what Diddy did.
50 has been putting Diddy on blast for a while, even before this really got hot. He's been doing
Right,
it.
that's true. But yeah, I mean, the whole situation was just gross. But you know what? None of this is surprising because I also remember talking about how in the mid '90s, and when you talk about how it was so normal for like significantly older dudes to go after younger women. I remember the mid '90s, R. Kelly got bust try to marry Aaliyah, baby girl Aaliyah.
How
He
old was
was
he?
27 and she was 15, and they got
Oh,
busted trying to fake her ID, claiming that she was 18 years old.
damn.
Yeah, and nobody no except for one journalist in Chicago named Jim for the Chicago Sun Times, Jim DeRogatis. Nobody in the city said anything because R. Kelly was like the jewel of the city.
Oh man, that's
That's
awful.
how that's how bad it was. And then of course, like a decade later, the pissing videos came out and everything, which really makes me wonder why the hell parents were going out of their way to have their kids spend time with R. Kelly in the 2010s. That's what I don't understand. Like,
Money.
I mean, the whole thing was gross. It's like they knew of all this stuff that he did, and yet they're like, can hey, Kels, can my daughter spend time with you? She's an aspiring singer. I think she learned so much. Like, the parents of some of these victims are definitely as guilty as R. Kelly. I mean, that's just
100%.
that's legal. That's human trafficking.
Yeah,
That's literal human trafficking.
100%.
Not just him, because I know he wasn't the one procuring these girls. It was probably like his handlers and managers and all that. Like you said earlier, it all comes down to money. Yeah, it's true, but I mean, to what extent I mean, just where you want to traffic your own children to be with a
People
sex
sell
person?
their children. It's fucking sick and it's really twisted, but it happens. Like they sell them
Right.
off into MK Ultra programs too, to be
Yeah, they do.
tortured and experimented on.
I mean, some of these people, when it comes, like, Fraser Ford, when he talks about the southern border, some of these people will sell their children just to have a quote unquote better life in America.
Oh, there's
Literally.
probably tons of that going on. They're
Well,
getting a lot of little kids that way.
right. And it's sad though that it's sad that I would have never thought that human trafficking was the number one industry in this country. But unfortunately
In
it
the
is.
world.
In the world, yeah. I always thought it was a number one. I always thought like human trafficking was big because of prostitution, but this is beyond just that.
Dude, it's so huge, and people just don't even want to acknowledge it.
They don't. It's gross.
They'll
But
watch Liam Neeson rescue his daughter and take him, but they don't want to realize that shit happens every day.
it does. Especially if you're a girl between 18 and 24, you get kidnapped, you get kidnapped and sold to the wrong person. She's gonna be like some fucking rich like predator, some rich yuppie is gonna buy the rights and just do whatever they want with her at an auction.
Dude, it's
I mean, it's like
horrific.
slavery, really.
It's horrific. And
It's
they can't
horrific,
even, it's hard to do anything and catch them and stop it because people won't even acknowledge it's
right?
real.
Well, the organs only happen if like they're poor and they're desperate, or if they're dead. Then they can also harvest the organs as well. But a lot of it is just Chloe says drugged up and forced to be a cam girl. I think that's like the minimum. Because think about it. Because
That too, though.
I really don't want to get too far into this because in about 9 minutes we are going to have Herbalations, and I'd rather watch that show and be happy. But that being said, I want to just finish this point. a lot of these women, the ones that get kidnapped and trafficked, if they're in the prime years of their lives, and they have a low body count and all that, it's horrific what they're gonna go through because they're being auctioned like slaves. Except they're not like, except they're basically auctioned like sex slaves because they're being auctioned by these rich princes and sheiks or whatever, and all these royal pieces of crap. And that'll do the worst things to them, and it's horrific. And I think more awareness really needs to be brought up. And I
Oh,
think,
absolutely.
but we need to
But
understand one
can
thing.
you? Because it's willful ignorance. It's
It
not
is.
that there's not been awareness brought up. It's that it's willful ignorance. Even
It
when
is.
Sound of Freedom came out, they're like, "Oh, it's a Trump supporter movie." It's just
There
the tip of
wasn't.
an iceberg movie. It barely even scratched the surface, and
No.
they're not ready to accept it's real. Oh, it's not only real; it's far worse than that.
Well, I mean, the reason I didn't watch Sound of Freedom was
Oh, I
because I
know there
knew.
was all kinds of problems with the movie and the production company. I'm
No, no, no,
talking
no. It
about the
wasn't just the
average
movie. The
person.
person who wrote the movie,
Yeah, I know.
Tim Ballard. Like that's
Yeah,
having
and
Tim Ballard write a movie about human trafficking is like having a
he's
mobster
actually
write a movie about
aiding.
the mafia. It's
He's
just
actually aiding human trafficking.
right. That's what I'm
I
saying.
know. I know.
That's like an obese person writing a book about weight
But
loss. It's just
I
not
get
gonna
so
work.
sick of just dismissing shit that just because of that when we just can't even get anything made on our own. There's no way for us to get something legitimate. So if a movie gets made on human trafficking, I'm like, shouldn't we let people enjoy this movie and let this at least get attention for now, even though this guy's a piece of
I mean,
shit?
for people who don't know who Tim Ballard is, I suppose if
He's a total piece of shit. I'm
right.
just saying, isn't it good for the average person to see that human trafficking is a real thing?
I mean, like, yeah. I mean, it's not bad for them to see it. It's just,
Just
I mean,
only if it's the movie you want them to see.
right. But for me, it's just like for you and I, how we know how this stuff works. I just don't see it in our state of mind for. It. But for a normal person, okay, whatever, fine. But anyway, the point being is, what we also have to understand is every single industry in this country is built on some form of child abuse. And until that
Yeah.
changes, I don't know what's going to change.
Man, we all just need to smoke some weed.
Yeah, we do. We all need to smoke some weed. I'm glad you brought that up. Smoke some weed and watch Herbalations with Jackie Hyde, and they're gonna have
We
a very
do.
interesting. And they're gonna have a very interesting panel tonight because it's gonna be all women because it's the end of women's. Because
Oh, it's gonna
end of
be
women.
awful then. Women. No, I like women. I like women. I'm just
What
kidding.
was I gonna say? Jack's not gonna be on your show tomorrow if you say that.
Oh, I love women.
No, no,
They're my favorite. It's just I just don't trust them.
no.
They'll
I
stab you in
don't
the they'll
know.
stab you right in the heart, harsh, and then they'll cut it out and eat it in front of you and laugh while you
Yeah,
die.
I mean, if you
Look
if you
right in
get
your
them
eyes
under the
while they
wrong
do it.
circumstances, that can't happen.
And
My,
the
that,
ginger ones are the most evil.
yeah.
They are.
Anyway, the bottom line is, and for those who have a problem with the show being to cap off Women's Day, just Women's Month, just remember April is Autism Month and Bowel Cancer Month.
So are they
So
having me on for Autism Month?
I think it'll be you, me. I think Scott, and I should do a show together. For Autism Month. I'm not even joking. We'll all
I'm
wear blue.
probably on the
Like, hey,
spectrum, not
let's
even
over
kidding.
very blue. And then,
Yeah.
and remember, it's also Bowel Cancer Month. So if anyone has a problem with it,
Oh,
we could just
I
we could
can't
do
do
a
that one.
no, we could just do a live stream of Robert getting his going for a
Robert can be the host on Bowel
yeah,
Cancer
Rob.
Month.
No, we're gonna record Robert live stream Robert going for
Yeah, his colonoscopy during the show.
exactly.
Right on.
So we're not doing that.
Yes,
But
we are.
all right, so tell us about the morning yank real quick. What are we? What should people expecting about 13 hours?
They should expect like just the best group of people having a really good conversation about all kinds of shit. We're so off the wall, but it's just mostly conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
We're all conspiracy theorists, and we all talk about that. And then we get into all kinds of other things, but we do current events, news. Sometimes Putin came on once. Harsh gives advice. It's the best show ever. Like you would, if you come at 10 a.m. tomorrow Eastern, you will enjoy yourself so much that you will have to show up every Monday. It'll be like, I gotta see this again. And then you'll watch the quickie. Watch the quickie. That's another good way to get yourself a taste of what the show's like. The quickie's perfect.
Exactly.
Get you a quickie.
Of course.
But that's what I'd say.
And on that note, I love that. This has been another edition of Shawn Yankee's Harsh Reality. This is Harsh Metson. I'm gonna love you. The life is harsh, but it's a living. And sometimes you got to be the grandmaster of procrastination. But stay on this page. If you're on the Harsh Reality, stay on this page right now because we are going to have herbalations with
right on.
Jackie.
Well, thanks for having me, Harsh, and God bless.
Course.
Love you guys.
Love you too. We'll definitely talk about you coming on tomorrow. All right.
Right.
Word.
Word.